This is the new CB350, Honda's main Royal Enfield rival. It has been launched at a time when a lot of riders want to have at least one modern retro bike in their garage. And as a result of this aspiration, the segment is growing and a lot of brands want to make their presence felt in the segment. Royal Enfield has been part of this segment since many years. Honda came in this year, and next in line we have Bajaj and Triumph. Now getting back to the CB350, you should note that this bike is not available through the regular Honda showrooms. And that means you don't have to get this bike serviced at a place where you'll see thousands of Activas, you'll see thousands of CB Shines. And now that we have made these basic things clear, let's listen to his exhaust note. We really like the design approach Honda has taken with this bike. I mean, it looks retro, but it has also been draped with a lot of modern aesthetic bits. At first look, it might look like a regular motorcycle, but when you come up close, the CB350 exhibits some aspects that makes you look at it for long. I think it's a clever design done by Honda. The fascia is dominated by a round headlamp with chrome casing, but inside it, there's an LED lamp that throws some good light. Flanking this unit are two LED turn indicators. Now as you walk past this Honda, you'll notice the simple design lines across the bike. I think this is one of the main aspects of why the CB350 looks pretty cool from the side. The rear too is neatly packed with LED lights and not so busy tail section. But the most credit goes to the usage of chrome. There is enough of it to make the bike look stand out. We are so glad that Honda didn't go overboard with it. Before we talk more about the overall comfort of the bike, we want to address one important aspect of this entire ownership, and that is the seat height. It's the overall seat height is around 800 mm, and I think it's a decent figure to have. Let me hop on the bike and show it to you. So as you can see, my feet are flat on the ground and my hands reach the handlebar very easily. And when it comes to the overall riding position, I think the overall seating triangle it's good. It's good for city as well as on the highway. And now I think we should talk about the pillion, because I think it's a very important aspect that I need to cover. Let me show it to you first. So as you can see, there is plenty of space at the back, and the one thing which I really like about the CB350 is the seat cushioning. It's really good, and the foot pegs for the pillion is also not too high, so the pillion too, along with the rider, will have a very good time with the bike. The CB350 gets center set foot pegs, so the overall riding stance is extremely comfortable. And even with taller riders, you won't feel cramped or uncomfortable. The only issue here is while moving the bike around, your ankle will touch the foot pegs. And during this process, you're bound to bruise it. The CB350 is not a motorcycle, that can be taken out only on the weekends. In fact, it's a perfect daily motorcycle. Or let me frame it. The CB350 can become the only motorcycle in your garage. With its curved weight of 181 kgs and a higher placed handlebar, it's quite easy to move the bike around on a daily basis, either in your parking lot or anywhere in the city. Let me show it to you. The CB350 has been equipped with some plenty of modern features. To start with, it gets a round instrument cluster that sports an analog speedometer. Besides that, there's a small LCD display that shows plenty of ride information like gear and fuel indicators, clock and multiple trip meters. There are also some more indicators like side stand and traction control right on the right side of the instrument cluster. Now that we are talking about traction control, let's explore that feature a bit more. Firstly, it's just an on and off system. It's a fairly simple system and it doesn't have any levels. This cluster is Bluetooth enabled. That means you can pair your phone and receive calls or messages and even use navigation system. However, in order to use a navigation, you have to pair a Bluetooth headset. Also, the bike gets a Type-C charging point, which is kind of a disappointment as you will have to purchase an adapter. The CB350 is equipped with assist and slipper clutch as standard. So the single-cylinder air-cooled engine on this bike is brand new. It has been co-developed with Honda Japan, so it needs to have extreme level of refinement, right? We'll get to that in a bit. We'll just talk numbers first. This engine displaces around 349cc. It makes around 21 bhp of peak power at 5500 rpm and 30 Newton meters of peak torque at 3000 rpm. The gearbox, it's a 5-speed unit, it's brand new and it transfers power to the rear wheel via a chain drive. With these power figures, it is clear that the CB350 isn't a powerful motorcycle. In fact, the numbers are marginally more than the classic 350, its main rival. But there's one aspect that we should focus first in this review as it was missing from the segment, and that is high level of refinement. We all know that Honda bikes exhibit a certain level of refinement and the CB350 is no different. From idling to the mid revs and all the way till the high revs, the CB350 has great level of refinement. Coming to the power delivery, the bike doesn't have a lot of torque in the low revs. In fact, the CB350 gains some excitement only at the higher revs, and that is something that we didn't enjoy much. Lack of torque at low revs means you have to plan your overtakes every single time, be it in the city or on the highway. Plus, you need to shift gears quite a few times and that increases some fatigue. I mean, I know that the gear shifts are smooth, but your leg still has to do some work, right? On the highways, the CB350 can do 100 km/h comfortably all day long. There are just some minor vibes on the seat and on the handlebar, but to be honest, it's not a deal breaker. The CB350 rides on the traditional telescopic forks at the front, and at the back there is the twin shock absorbers. This kind of equipment is quite standard across the segment. The Classic 350 has it, even the brand new meter comes with it. So it's completely clear that it really doesn't matter what the kind of equipment you have. What really matters is how comfortable the rider is on the saddle. The setup on the CB350 is not really on the plush side. The low speed ride could have been so much better, especially at the rear. But when it comes to the high speed ride, this Honda does a good job. But just being honest, we were expecting this bike to have a really good ride. The braking system of the bike works fairly well. The progression is nice and there is enough bite and power. But the feel on the front brake lever could have been little better. The CB350 benefits from great curb weight, accessible seat height and good weight distribution. The view from the saddle is really good, so as a result, it's extremely easy and comfortable to ride the bike in the city conditions. When it comes to filtering through heavy traffic, the CB350 does a fantastic job here. And when the road ends, you can just stand up and ride. When it comes to tight turns, the CB350 with its impressive turning radius manages it without any drama. On the highways, the bike is a breeze to ride. It lacks a windscreen, but at 100 km/h, which is a relaxing cruising speed, there is minimal wind blast. But in the corners, the bike tends to get a bit uncomfortable. Now it's time to answer the most important question you have. ये कितना देती है? Well, we tested this on the city and the highway as well, and this bike gave us around 32 km to a liter. And with a fuel tank capacity of 15 liters, we are looking at a riding range of 450 kilometers. And I think that's a very good thing because you don't have to visit a petrol bunk more often. The CB350 is priced at rupees 2.25 lakhs on road Mumbai, and it's very clear that Honda is very serious about this segment. In fact, it's so serious that it plans to bring another motorcycle based on the same platform. And after spending close to 3 days with the bike, it's clear that the CB350 is a simple, charming and a comfortable motorcycle. The 349cc engine is extremely refined and smooth, and it has good performance too. And the overall riding ergonomics is upright, and even for the pillion, it's quite comfortable. But one of the best things about this motorcycle is the kind of features it comes with. It has a Bluetooth-enabled instrument cluster, and it also have a first in the segment traction control system. But there's one aspect that makes this bike stand out is its design. I mean, it's a head turner, and a lot of people will come look at you first and then at the motorcycle and then ask you a bunch of questions. But there are a few things that we really wanted from this Honda. Things like better overtaking capabilities, a torquier engine, and a suspension setup that will make you feel at home. But overall, this bike is good, and we'd recommend it to you only if you have the Big Wing showroom in your city, because once you bring the bike home, and you have to keep it in a good shape, right? So it is possible only if you have the official service centers around you. And I mean, you can definitely take it to your local garage, but then you're bound to void the warranty for the engine, for the electricals and for the battery. And that is something that you really don't want happening to a brand new bike.